Part 2, continuing with the introduction. During my months of solitary confinement, I often felt lonely and afraid. In such moments, I recalled that last night with my elderly father sharing Psalm 91 and praying. I could remember some of those verses, especially that, "He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler." I would close my eyes and visualize that kind of protection. He shall cover thee with his feathers. And with that thought in mind, I would fall asleep. The letters in the first half of this book were written from the Scheveningen prison, where my sister Betsy was confined in a cell with other prisoners while I was kept in solitary confinement. There were also letters that were sent to us by my sister Nolly and her husband Flip and their children. Some written by my brother Willem and his wife Tine and their family, and others were written by various relatives and friends. We were detained in Scheveningen from February 29, 1944 to June 5, 1944. Prisoners were permitted to receive very few letters in both the Scheveningen prison and in the Vught prison, where we were later sent. Thus, sometimes many people shared in the writing of one letter, just as Betsy and I would write one letter to many people. The brief sketches included in this book are added feelings of my own on life in the prisons. I was able to include them in letters I sent home. When on June 6th, Betsy and I were suddenly transported together to Vught, a German concentration camp in Holland, we were much happier in the sense that we were once again together after a long and difficult separation. I was in my early 50s then, and Betsy was 7 years older. Betsy was chronically ill from pernicious anemia, and the prison diet adversely affected this disease, so she was occasionally treated by a prison doctor. However, one only requested to see a doctor when very ill, for even the sickest patients were discouraged by such cruelties as having to stand at attention throughout their wait for medical help. Betsy and I had been very close over many years and had learned to depend on each other for many little things. It was a great comfort and blessing to be together at Vught and no longer confined to cells. Still, barracks life, with its long work hours under the pressures of both mental and physical cruelties, was not easy, and our lives were in constant danger, for we were in the grip of an enemy who could, at the slightest whim, do whatever he wished with us. It was typical of the sadistic mind to provide, for show, niceties of massage and other sophisticated medical care, while for the prisoner, punishment and relentless hunger and neglect were the routine practice. Thank you for joining me. There will be one more part to this introduction.